All right. Well, welcome to the wake-up call this morning. This is Juan Mercado. Just so excited to be with you guys. So let's get rolling now. We've been on a path. We've been on a journey. It's been a journey to manifest the desires and the dreams that you have for your life. And I hope that you guys are going back and listening to some of the calls that we've made and listening specifically to my call on Fridays and been working to manifest what you like. What you want in your life, not only financially, but also in the relationships that you have, enriching those relationships, creating those relationships that you like, and also having fabulous health, and always being in great attitude and being just happy to live life. Life should be something that's exciting. Life should be something that when you get up in the morning, you should be with the expectation of great things that are going to happen to you today. And if you're not there yet, if you listen to this call and you're like, man, I don't know how much I can listen to this guy, just so, everything is sunshine and rainbows and it's not for me. Well, you know what it is for you. You're on this call for a reason. And I was in your shoes at one point in my life where I thought nothing went my way. Everybody got what they wanted. I never got what I wanted, and I was just not happy with it. But when I realized the laws of life, the laws of manifestation, and these are laws that God put in place on earth, and I started to utilize these laws not for my disadvantage but for my advantage, then I started to have a different outlook on life. And that's what I'd like for you to be open to the opportunity of that. Maybe you've been on this call and you haven't done any of these exercises. You haven't gotten an alpha state. You haven't done your vision boards on your phone with your lofty why statements. That's okay. Start today. Start this week. We're ending a year and starting a new year. A new year is a new year of new beginnings. So let's finish this year strong. We have a week and a few days. And then let's start 2024 with a different view, a different outlook on life, knowing that we can be winners and we can have the life that we've always dreamed of having. Now, what I'm going to talk to you about today, if you guys have your notes from last week, we talked about the obstacles, the biggest obstacle being fear and stress. Okay, we talked about the frontal lobe and the fight or flight, also the fight or flight mechanism that our body goes through when we are under stress and duress, which is not conducive to manifesting the life that you want. But what I want to talk to you about today is just to understand where we get this power. So you're like, Juan, I have this power from God that you say that I have, but I just don't get it, and I don't believe it, and I don't think I do. Okay, no, that's a fair enough question. So let me explain to you how this works and where it is and why you didn't even know you had it. It was like there all along, but you couldn't see it, okay? So where the power lies for us to manifest our life is what we have as an advantage to any other living creature on earth, and that is your imagination. So the power of God within us is our ability to imagine the life, the things that we want. There's no other living creature on earth that can imagine something and then imagine it into existence. And I know that you might go, oh, that's it? It's so powerful, but we've had imagination since we were little. Now, here's what happens as we grow. So if you remember when you're a young person, you imagine that so many things, anything is possible. First of all, the first 13 years of your life were in alpha state, which is alpha state is the state of creation, okay? That's why a little kid, if you tell them you're going to be a fireman, you're going to be a police officer, you're going to be a superhero, you're going to be a sports athlete, they believe it because they're in alpha state, they're in that relaxed state of mind, and they're very permeable for these thoughts. Now, what they utilize, or what kids utilize a lot of, we all utilize when we were little, was our imagination. We can imagine anything. And we could see it. We see little kids. I remember my son just going, believing he's, what was he, Captain America, he was Hulk, he was Superman, and he would just play it off and be so serious about it because he believed it, because he used imagination. So what happens throughout our life is that as we get older, our parents say, no, stop doing that. And I was a victim of that, and then my kids were victims of this because of my ignorance to imagination. Instead of encouraging imagination, what I would do is we would say, okay, stop it, stop. Like, how are you going to do that? You're not going to do it. And see, that's not what we were supposed to do. What we're supposed to do is encourage them, and you could just say, but it's not your time yet, but keep imagining. And so we should have fortified and strengthened a young kid's imagination instead of weakening it, which is what we did. We weakened it, and then we put him into whatever society area we felt that we and our family fit in. Okay, but I want you to make no mistake about it. We didn't come to live anybody else's dream. We came to live our dream, and utilizing our imagination, our wonderful and beautiful imagination, as one of my mentors, Neville Goddard, would always say, is our wonderful and beautiful imagination to create the life that you want. Imagination is a bridge to your future. If you don't use your imagination of what you want as a bridge to your future, make no mistake about it. You're using imagination now. You're just using it against what you want to have. But everything that's created in our life, everything that we live in our life is imagination. If somebody's on there, if they can put mute on their phone, they might have gotten onto for some reason, if they could just put mute on their phone. So imagination is what starts creating that life that you want or you don't want. Because when you start worrying and when you start thinking about the things that you don't want, you're utilizing your imagination and you're utilizing it against you. Okay? So there's two things that God gave us for us to be able to create. One of them is going to be our imagination, and the other one is going to be our vision. So imagination is allowing us to create anything that our heart desires. And then he gave us vision. Now vision, all vision is to see what's possible. So when you see others have an amazing life, that is God saying, this is what is possible. Now, we're not saying that's what you have to imagine, but we're trying, if you see somebody come from the lowest of low, from the worst of the worst, and become a success, all that is, seeing that, is God saying, this is what's possible. Okay. Now let me tell you what we a lot of us do or used to do, and what we need to do. So when we see what's possible, it's not about us being jealous, being resentful, okay, or envious. Because if you become resentful, envious, jealous, that's resistance. That's going to keep you from having the life that you want. Okay? It's a resistance. And what you resist persists. So if you want to work against yourself, if you want to basically be shooting yourself in the foot, is see a vision of what others have that's similar to what you want to have or success like you want to have, and then be jealous of it. Be envious of it. And you know what? I was guilty of that for many years. I admit it, and it's true. I didn't like to see other people's success, especially when it's something that I wanted to have, and now they have it. And that's because of my ignorance that we live in an abundant world where everybody could, let's just say, a generic example, everybody could be a millionaire. Like, not everybody could be a millionaire. Everybody could be a millionaire. But the problem is in society we're created that some have and some don't. And we have to have a balance, supposedly. But there is no limitation to God's power that is within us. And we can all imagine being millionaires and successful and healthy, wealthy, and wise. But we believe that there should always be a loser. See, that's the trick in what society has taught us ever since we were little, is that there should be a disparity. There should be a winner and there should be a loser. We can't all be winners, right? Yes, we can. We can all be winners and we can all help each other manifest and create the life that we all want, because that's another key. If others are involved within that vision that you have of what you want, that imaginative life that you want, then everybody can win. So I'm going to, for the few minutes I have left, I'm going to repeat what I said first on envy, jealousy, resentment. Okay. First of all, we live in an abundant world where everybody can win. But you just got to believe that's a fact. The truth is everybody can win in this world. Everyone. At the same time. The lie is that for some to win, others have to lose. That's a lie. It's not true. Not true, and you just let that simmer in your mind and let it go through. Why? You could do why saying why does everybody on earth win and have the life of their dreams? Okay? You just got to understand that. Because God is limitless. Limitless, and we're creators through imagination. We all create a wonderful life for everyone. Okay? Now, so once you understand that, I want you to understand that your resistance, which is envy, jealousy, those are impediments for you to live the life you want. So if you have somebody that you look at their life and you can't stand their life because their life is so wonderful that, in all honesty, you wish you had it. Now, first of all, you got to be a big enough person to admit that. Because when you criticize somebody, when you talk about somebody, that's usually somebody that there's something about them that you're jealous of, that you would like to have, that you're envious of. And that is just part of human nature. So it's okay to have this. It's just not okay. It's okay to have this now. And now that I'm telling you it's not going to help you, then it's great for you to see that this is keeping me from having the life that I want. And then we work on it. And so what normally happens is if you're jealous of somebody, it's because there's something that you have to work on in yourself. So I want you to ask yourself, and I will state that, ask yourself, what is it that I need to work on so that I can overcome and have that life that I'm imagining? Okay? So there's nothing wrong with it. Don't feel bad. Don't say I'm a bad person. This and that. No, and none of that. It's just part of human nature, and it happens, okay? But now that we see that just because sometimes we do things that are not the best, we're humans. We're going to fall from grace every single day in some way, shape, or form. But it's not whether we fall. It's how do we use this situation to grow from it. So I used to be jealous, and I always was envious of people that had things and had things so quickly, and I didn't. And as soon as I realized this truth, I was able to overcome it. And as I was able to overcome it, I was able to then create. The obstacle was out of the way, and now I could manifest things that I wanted. They started to happen, okay? So what I want you to do is understand that. And then after you do that, I want you to ask yourself, one of my desires that I'm imagining, does it serve a purpose other than just for myself? Does it serve to better this world? Because that's another key thing. So you want something to manifest quickly. Is what you're wanting also helping others, the greater good? And if it is, and you say, Juan, I want a Mercedes. How can that help the greater good? Well, the thing is that it's not the Mercedes that's going to help the greater good, but what are you going to do to get that Mercedes? Are you going to go out and create a product or promote a service or do something that's helping people? And you focus on that, and when you have abundance in that, then you can buy your Mercedes, and that's a reflection of the success you've had because you've helped others. But if you want to step on everybody to get to where you're at and you don't want anybody to be there at the top, it's lonely at the top because, if you push everybody else down, there's nobody to celebrate with, right? So we want to hold hands and get up there together. Always be happy for other people's success. I'm going to repeat this again. Always be happy for others' success. And if you're happy, just like jealousy and envy is a resistance, well, when you're happy for other people's success, then that is a launching pad. That launches your creative power into super mode, and you start manifesting things quicker because you get into that energy of success. So find people that have success in areas that are similar to what you want, and be happy, like sincerely happy for them. And maybe at first you're like a little jealous, but then just push yourself to say, no, I'm happy for them. I'm happy. I'm really, really happy for them. And say, God, bless them more. Bless them, bless them, bless them, bless them, bless them. And you're going to see what starts happening in your life, guys. Well, my time is up. And as I leave, I just want to remind you guys that you all, each and every one of you has this power. Each and every one of you can create the life of your dreams. Listen to these calls. Go back and listen to them over again. Put into practice. If you guys have been put into practice what I've been sharing with you, then you should be manifesting things already. I'd like to reach out to me and let me know of some successes that you've had. I want to know that my call is making an impact. And if it's not, then I want to make it better, because I want to impact your lives in a positive way. I want you to have success in the areas of your life that you're looking to have success, and I know that together we will do it. It's just a matter of believing it and going out and doing the work. Guys, love you guys. Have a great weekend. We got one more week left of 2023, which has been a fabulous year, and we're going to open the door to 2024, which is going to be even better, guys. Have a great weekend. Love you guys.